Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. This is Matt with Coyote Creek Archery. I've got another new bow in the shop here to talk to you about today. This time I'm talking about the Carbone ONE from Bowtech. It's a great looking carbon bow. First time Bowtech has made a flagship level carbon bow. I really like the look and feel of this bow. Let's talk about some of the specs of it. It is 30 inches axle to axle. Our brace height is a forgiving 6.63 or about 6 5/8 inches. Draw length adjustability from 25.5 up to 30.5 inches. Comes in peak draw weights of 50, 60, and 70 pounds. The physical weight is 4.5 pounds and has an advertised speed of up to 335 feet per second. So this is an all carbon riser. For the most part, we do have some aluminum pieces here at the ends where the riser meets up with the limbs and gives you that stable limb pocket. The Bowtech has always had their deadlock limb pockets, and they're using aluminum down here to lock those into place. So there's a little bit more weight to this bow than what you would expect from a carbon bow, but it's out on the ends, which is going to give you a lot of stability. And Bowtech bows have always been very balanced and very stable. And there's really no difference with this bow. It just sits right there. So I really like this bow as far as all the technology that goes into it. Obviously, Bowtech does a great job of that. We still have our deadlock cam system. Allows you to really easily tune your bow. And then we've got the flip disc on our modules where we can flip between comfort setting and performance setting and gain a little bit more speed if you would like to do that. I typically shoot it on the comfort setting. It's just my preference, but you do have the option of that. We still have our holes here on the back end of the riser where you can mount different options. You can mount your orbital dampener there if you would like to, top and bottom. So if you do want to mount a back bar, we have these mounting holes down here as well. And these also act as a quiver mount. So you could mount a quiver into this bracket if you're using a two-piece quiver, such as a tight spot or something like that. But we do have our orbital dampeners that's going to take up some of that vibration on top and bottom, both ends of this bow. Our string stop, and we've got a little bit of rubber dampener back here now. We do have our flex guard, our roller guard here that flexes, which is a nice feature. Our double burger holes that we've always had, and just great. Bowtech does a great job of putting out a very nice product and incorporates a lot of technology that makes a better experience for the shooter. So this is the Carbone ONE, new for 2023. Let's take a few shots with it, and I can talk you through the draw cycle and kind of tell you my thoughts on it, and then we'll run it through the chronograph and see what we get for speeds. So I've got the Bowtech Carbone ONE. We're going to take a few shots with it. I did not mention that it does have the same clutch grip as what they've had in previous models. It does feel just a little bit different being that it's a carbon bow versus aluminum, and I'm sure that's because there's no cutouts and it's not open here. But still a very nice grip. I like that slimmer grip and a little bit more squared off in the back. For me, it just is very consistent and repeatable. But you do have the option to choose different colors for that or a different grip angle if that's something that you prefer. But I've always been happy with the stock grip on the Bowtechs. So Bowtech Carbone ONE, let's take a few shots with it and see what the draw cycle is like. I do have this set at 28 inches and right at 61 pounds. So that draw is just super smooth. Let's walk it forward here. Yeah, as you can tell by the shape of the cam, you would probably guess. Just very linear and very smooth draw all the way through. There is kind of a deep valley there, and you can see I had a little bit of a trouble as I was wanting to let down of the arrow. I had to think about it, and I had to make sure that I had to give it just a little bit, find that spot where it wanted to go. That's something you get used to real easily. But it's not like it's jumpy or anything like that, which you would find more in a speed bow. This is going to be a very smooth drawing and a nice shooting bow, but still I think you'll see it get some decent speeds for as smooth of a draw cycle that it has. So let's take a shot here and see what we get with taking a shot. Man, I love that draw cycle. Very nice. Bow holds very well. I do notice just a little bit of vibration in the shot, and being that it's a bare bow, I'm sure that's some of it. Once you had your sight and stabilizer and that type of thing on the bow, I think it would take a lot of that out of it. But I do notice just a little bit of just a quick little vibration of the shot. Nothing that jumps out at you, and nothing that I think is bad, but I do notice just a little bit there. Not as dead in the hand as what I would say they've had in the last couple of years in their aluminum bows, but still very, very nice, and that draw cycle is amazing. Draw cycle is really, really nice. So let's shoot it through the chronograph and see what we get for speed. So for my speed test, same thing as always. I had this at 61 pounds and 28 inches on the draw length. I'm shooting a gold tip Hunter XT 300 spine with a 100 grain field point, so right at 411 grains. And I do have the modules on the comfort setting. So let's see what type of speed we get with this. Kind of a real world hunting setup. I don't know too many guys that are hunting with a 70-pound bow and a 350 grain arrow. So this is going to be kind of more of a real world, what most people would hunt with type of thing. But let's see what we get for speed. Man, that draw is nice. .258. Okay, shot number 2. .259. Shot number 3. We always shoot 3 just to kind of get an average out of them, but typically my chronograph and the bows I've shot have really not wavered more than a foot per second from each shot, but we'll see what we get here with our third shot. .258. So I'm right around 258, 259, which really is pretty respectable speeds for smooth of a draw cycle. I mean, the draw cycle is amazing. If you've shot the Solution SS, it feels just like that. Very easy, very linear, just a very, very smooth draw cycle. So I love the draw cycle on this bow. Shot is very nice as well. 258 feet per second is very respectable. That's kind of where I'm looking to be with my arrows, is trying to get close to that 260, 255 to 260 my feet per second, and I'm happy with that with my draw length and with shooting 60 pounds or 61 pounds on this bow. But 61 pounds feels really easy to draw on this. So if you're in the market for a new bow and you like the idea of having a carbon bow, I think this is a great option to look at. The Carbone ONE from Bowtech. You get all of the technology, with the deadlock system and your orbital dampeners and just everything that goes into this. It's just a great bow. Really pretty impressed with this, and I think it's a nice looking bow too as well. I really like what they did with the riser. They're adding supports here, and they're functional, but they also are attractive too. So great job from Bowtech with this bow. Go shoot it yourself and see what you think if you're in the market. As always, come in here to Coyote Creek Archery and check it out for yourself. Get it in your hands and take a few shots with it and see what you think. If you have any questions, you can always message me, leave something in the comments down below, or you can always look at my website, coyotecreekarchery.com, find my information there, and you can contact me with any questions that you might have. So hopefully this helped you out a little bit, and thanks for watching.